All right, so I want to do a video on accountability and motivation. Probably could have done this earlier with the pandemic, but with many of us still working from home, training from home, trying to stay motivated, wanted to talk a little bit about what has worked for me, what I've found over these last few months, and any advice I can give for other people trying to get moving. This can apply both to night fight and armored combat training or just getting in shape in general. For me, the big question is, how do you stay motivated? And the answer is simple: accountability. There's a lot of different ways to do it. I'm just going to talk about what I've been doing and hopefully give a little bit of insight. So the first thing I did was prepare myself a place to work out at home. It was just a little place in my backyard. I kind of smoothed out, ripped out some of the weeds, put up a tire pell by nailing it to a tree, and started training there. Over this pandemic, I've been fortunate enough to redo some of the landscape in my yard and put out a workout station, basically a flat gravel area with a built pell. Two actually I've put up now, tires and tools, and you can watch videos and see me working out there. But really I was doing it when I didn't have the equipment for that. Basically just tires screwed to a tree, a couple of dumbbells, and a list of workouts. But having that space that you put aside for me was really important. The other thing that I found most important was probably finding a way to be accountable and have someone hold me to that. So I'm very fortunate to have my wife who loves working out with me, Becky, and she's a runner, which I'm not, but we will work out together. I'll go for short runs with her. She'll come and do lifting and fight training with me and kind of push each other to work together. So that's awesome if you have that. If you don't, it doesn't matter. There's other ways of doing it. And this is where we need to really look at what digital tools we have. Today, we can do anything we want online. So reach out to people you know who are other athletes. Find an accountability buddy. Contact people you admire. They can be people on Instagram you don't know that you follow them and say, hey, I'd love to know if you have any workout plans. Ask about workout challenges. So today I did one of the hardest things I've ever done for a workout, which is a 1 mile burpee workout. So what that is you do a burpee, stand up, do a broad jump, go down, do another burpee, stand up, do a broad jump, and do that for a mile. Took us over 2 hours to do it. Me, Becky, and my business partner and fight partner, Megan, who's also training at home. But I found out about that through a friend of mine, Ron Lottie, who is in CrossFit and put together a workout challenge page. I saw it. I just said, hey, can I be involved? And now I'm doing that kind of training as well. So it's about finding ways to keep yourself moving. Using a calendar is a great idea. For me, because of my busy schedule, I build my calendar out and list all the activities I want to do. I know for Megan, she's the opposite. She has the calendar blank and adds activities as she does them. That way she doesn't feel like she's structured and has to do a specific one. If the day changes and she doesn't get to it, she skips it. She'll just put something else in and make sure every day there's a workout in there. Whether it's a full hour-long workout or maybe the day's real busy, you get 15 minutes of Pell work in. But finding that time and carving it out, both in a physical space, a mental time space, and an accountability space are the things that have worked for me. And it doesn't all have to be one style of training. Mix it up. I'm lucky to be an hour away from the Knights Hall in Nashua, but I'm currently not going down there and training. I may start going soon. I've just basically been taking the workouts they have, using them. I've been using workout DVDs for Rush Fit, which is MMA fighting training that I have. I've been looking up workouts online, building myself workout tools. I built a slosh pipe recently, basically a big tube full of water that you can do curls with and other exercises, and keeping it balanced is kind of the challenge. Found out about it, cost me about $15 maybe in supplies from the hardware store. And then built it, and now I have been using that for a whole different set of workouts, right? Get yourself a sledgehammer and a tire from the local tire shop and just go to town on it. Repetition is fine. Activity means more than anything else. So I kind of want to talk about that. If you have thoughts, if you want to include your own insights, your own ideas, what works for you, what you're struggling with, I'm glad to answer any comments. Talk to you either in the YouTube comments, or we can chat offline and just talk. Because for me, what keeps me motivated is one, wanting to be a better fighter, but two, helping other people find ways to get better. It makes me work harder. So I'm always happy to look at that. I think what's really a struggle is for a lot of people is the gym is their space, right? So you go to the gym and you work out there. You go to your group and you work out there. And right now you may not be in a situation where you can get together as groups, but use Zoom, right? Use Facebook video. Use whatever you want that you can communicate with someone. Pick a time and just do it, right? If you don't have those connections and communities, like I said, you know someone on Facebook who works out in some capacity. Every athlete I know who is serious about training for whatever their sport is happy to share tips and tricks. Reach out to them, even if it's something a different sport. If you're looking to be big, tough night fight guy and you know a runner, ask her and say, hey, what do you do for workouts? What do your runs look like? Can you message me every week and ask me how many miles I ran? Maybe your goal's 5 a week and she's running 50. Doesn't make a difference. Having someone you can check in with and work with, I think, is the key to being successful if you're not able to do it on your own. And I'm telling you, I can't. I need to be in communication with someone. I'm a super introvert. I think of these things on my own. I want to do them, but it's really easy to sit down on that couch and just say, I'll do it tomorrow, right? It's easy to say, you know what, today's been really long, don't have time, can't do it. If you've got a meeting scheduled at 7 p.m. with someone to work out, it's much harder to skip that. So I can't stress it enough. Find a way to be held accountable, and that will boost your motivation naturally. Use MyFitnessPal if you want to track your food and track your exercise and calories. That's a great tool. I don't use it, but I know Becky does and Megan does, because for them, that helps hold them accountable. For me, it's one too many apps. I feel like I'm running enough already. And don't get down on yourself. If you miss a day, if something gets in your way, if you feel like you didn't do good enough, if you feel like you're not in shape where you want to be and can't do the workouts you want, just pick something and do it. It doesn't matter if it's just doing 10 push-ups a day to start and then adding one every day or every few days. Starting somewhere and is the hardest part. And once you've started and once you've got that rhythm and that pattern and you've got that person you're checking in with or that community or that Facebook group or whatever it is, it's going to keep you going in the days you don't want to. I can say for me, like when I tried to get back in shape starting night fighting, a little over a year and a few months ago, before I went and started doing it, I was literally doing a few push-ups a day and adding one. That was like what got me back into being in shape and getting back to being able to do something like armored combat. Since I've been in it, now I find it much easier to train. I've got a community of people who like to train. I've got a location and I've got a motivation. For me, it's about having the sport. I've got a lot of friends in CrossFit. For them, the exercise is the competition to some degree, right? So you're doing the same workouts in competition that you'd be doing on your regular workout days, right? That for me doesn't work. I can do CrossFit type exercises to be in shape, but I've got to have some end goal other than just exercising. I think it's why I hate running so much. Because for me, running is doing something that I'm going to use to get to something else. It's not the enjoyment itself. And again, everybody's different. My wife loves it. Like she's going to run every day, and that's what keeps her sane and moving and motivated, right? I'm the opposite. I'm going to work out every day and throw in runs because I need to keep my cardio up. I probably need to do a little bit more, honestly. So again, that's really it. It's just a quick video saying, spend that time, write out a calendar, find someone to work with, reach out to people. People want to help other people get better, and you really owe it to yourself to take the time and try. If you're struggling, it's okay. Everyone's fallen back a little bit, especially during this kind of quarantine time. But as we start to open up everything, as we start to come back together, we start to work out together, like now's the time to jumpstart it if you haven't done it yet. So find that plan, start doing it, even if it starts at 15 minutes a day. Once you find a week of that done, you're gonna see that pattern beginning to build. You're gonna have that repetition. You're gonna feel like you missed it if you didn't do it. So yeah, you're gonna feel better. And that's really the answer, right? This is why we all do this. Every one of us wants to feel better. Better in their sport, better in their body, better in their cardio, their strength, whatever it may be, flexibility. Find those areas that you're weak in and work on them, but also, take those areas you're strong in and find pleasure in those workouts. So for me, picking things up and putting them down is more fun than stretching. I hate stretching. I'm an inflexible brick of a human being. Stretching is part of my regular workout plan because I need to do it. But I take the things I like to do, which is, kettlebell workouts, and I make those my enjoyable pieces along with the things that I know I need to do. And it keeps me motivated and keeps me going because I really want to be as good as I can be, right? I think all of us who are in this sport want to be good to some capacity. We know good might be different things. Good might be national level fighting, might be good that you feel comfortable in your armor. It might be good like, hey, I got out there and did it, because this is a tough sport, right? It doesn't matter if you just go out there once every few months and you fight in a duel, like you're putting on 50 to 60 to 70 pounds of armor and swinging steel at people and they're hitting you back. There is no one in the sport who is not tough in some capacity. So I want to make sure that as we come back together, we're growing and expanding and making ourselves better. The first step to that is your at-home conditioning and workout if you can't get into a gym. So again, my name's Chuck Goodwin. I fight at the Knights Hall in Nashua. I'm currently on the Nightmares team and also sometimes fighting on the regional team with the Executioners. So if you have any questions, you want to learn more about Armored Combat, you want to learn more about what I do for workouts, you want to just chat and have me answer questions, leave notes in the comments below, like my page, subscribe to it, and you'll see more content like this.